Hello everyone, and welcome to the California Speedway for the 10th race of our 2003 NR2003 season with your defending winner here in California, Kurt Busch, starting on the pole alongside Bobby Labonte, who of course is one of the top contenders for this championship, already in the playoffs with a win, having a bounce-back season. But Kurt Busch will lead the start-finish line, but the two of Rusty Wallace is right behind him in second now, trying to go the inside of Bobby Labonte, but Kurt now goes to the top of the racetrack, opening the doors for Rusty Wallace to try to make a move on the inside lane. As you see so far, it looks like the inside lane has some pretty good momentum heading to turn 1 and 2. And indeed they do. Look at all the positions this outside lane is losing. Kurt Busch has already lost the lead, looking to lose second now to Jamie McMurray. Is now Rusty Wallace is your new leader here in California with that move through turn 1 and 2, getting by Kurt Busch. Michael Waltrip, the 15, he's up in the mix, going underneath Jamie McMurray for second place. He will make that pass. Jeff Gordon side by side with McMurray behind them. But right now they're taking care of business. Rusty Wallace in the race lead. Michael Waltrip, they're trying to make a move for the race lead here on lap number 2. Rusty leads the opening lap of racing, but Michael Waltrip to the inside lane has a move, looking for the race lead into turn 1. Can he pull it off? They are side by side, so look further back throughout the pack here. A little bit of four-wide situation there. Derek Cope racing with Dale Jarrett, Steve Park, and Johnny Benson. As you go further up throughout the pack, everyone seems to be keeping it clean and organized. And at the front, we need to see who is leading this race as we watch Jeremy Mayfield run 3 wide with a couple of contenders up here. But back at the front, it looks like it is Rusty Wallace leading as he's held off Michael Waltrip's charge. And Rusty Wallace looks to pull away with the lead early in stage 1 here in California over Michael Waltrip, who's trying to make a charge in second. Then on to the last lap of stage 1. Rusty Wallace is in the race lead, looking to get the stage win and a playoff point to his total as he looks to make a playoff push to be solidly in the points. Of course, he's your defending regular season champion. Of course, won the regular season championship last year, made it all the way to the round of 8 without winning the race the entirety of the season. So pretty impressive there for Rusty. They managed to go winless, but still make the round of 8 as the regular season champion. Had a very, very strong run there. Of course, could not quite make the championship 4, and then the wild race that was the fun championship last year ensued, giving Matt Kenseth the championship. As through 3 and 4 for the final time in the opening stage of racing, Rusty Wallace is going to dominate stage 1 and get the playoff point. Rusty Wallace wins stage 1 in California, followed by the 9 of Bill Elliott will be in second. Then it will be Jamie McMurray in third place. Kurt Busch will come through in fourth. Michael Waltrip will be fifth, and then you're going to have Sterling Marlin come home in 6th place, actually 7th. He gets passed by his teammate Andretti, who's 6th. Andretti 6th, Marlin 7th, Labonte 8th, Earnhardt Jr. 9th, Nadu 10th. But it is Rusty Wallace, your stage 1 winner. Now we get back underway in stage number 2 here on lap 149. Rusty leads over Michael Waltrip, Dale Earnhardt Jr., the DEI duo behind him. They're already side by side, already nearly 4 wide for the lead. How about this incredible racing here on the restart? 4 wide back there for second place. They're really getting tight. Some intense racing now. Park keeps in the throttle, stays in the middle between Rusty Wallace and Ryan Newman. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is lurking. Johnny Benson going to go the inside to make it 4 wide with the leaders here in California. Incredible. The lap cars and the leaders racing some incredible racing side by side right now. Steve Park and Rusty Wallace, and there goes your leader to the wall. Rusty Wallace gets turned by Steve Park and collects Dale Jr. Their leaders running first and second get wrecked into turn 3. Steve Park takes out Rusty Wallace and collects his teammate of Dale Jr. Unbelievable tournaments. They were 4 wide for the lead going into turn 3. It didn't work. Steve Park wrecks Rusty hard on the wall. Jr. gets into the wall. Jr. gets into Rusty. And your leaders go crashing. What an unbelievable turn of events here in California. Steve Park just turned inexplicably right up the track into Rusty and Dale Jr. and takes them out. I don't know what Steve Park was doing, but he just took out your leaders. Now the question is, who will cycle out to be in the lead after all that? It looks like it's going to be the 15 of Michael Waltrip, and narrowly edging Jerry Nadeau in a photo finish the line there for the lead. Now we move on to 2 to go in stage 2. Jimmy Johnson leading, but here comes Kurt Busch on the inside for the lead with help from Bill Elliott. Your defending winner here in California. Kurt Busch takes the lead away from Jimmy Johnson. Bill Elliott now into second place. John Andretti trying to take third away from Jimmy Johnson at 48, who had the lead for a couple of laps, so has now dropped back behind these guys. Now on to the last lap of stage 2 for Kurt Busch. They're going to get his first stage win of the season. Of course, he made the championship 4 last season, trying to back that up with a strong run today to possibly win, get him in victory lane, get him in the playoffs for the 2nd consecutive season in a row. The young driver for Roush Racing, Kurt Busch, having a solid year so far. Nothing crazy, but having solid. He was a bit struggling early this season, but today he's had a very, very strong run, showing a lot of pace here at the California Speedway. Bill Elliott runs second. John Andretti having a rare 3rd place run. Good job to him. As Jimmy Johnson's dropped all the way back to 5th, but through the final corner here at California, it is going to be Kurt Busch getting himself a playoff point, as Kurt Busch is going to get the Stage 2 win narrowly, holding off Bill Elliott here in California. And then third into the stage will be Andretti, then will be Nadu, Johnson, Michael Waltrip. Then you will have Craven, Jeff Green, Kenseth, and Sterling Marlin in your top 10 as Kurt Busch wins Stage 2. A little bit of contact there with Bill Elliott, though afterwards they save it. And now we move on to 2 laps to go for the win. It is now Kurt Busch versus Michael Waltrip. Who is going to get the win? Kurt and Michael. Michael Waltrip, of course, already in the playoffs. Won at Las Vegas off of a late restart. Kurt Busch trying to get into the playoffs to go back-to-back wins at California Speedway. Mikey, though, to the inside. Here comes Waltrip. He makes a move to the inside of Kurt Busch, going for the race lead. They're going to be side by side down the back straightaway here at California. Caution. I saw the caution light flashing. A caution has come out on the racetrack. And that means this race back to the line is going to decide the win here, because we have 1 lap under caution. Mikey, Kurt Busch. It's going to be a photo finish side by side to the line. It's a photo finish. Who got it? Who is scored in the lead? They score, I think they scored the 97 of Kurt Busch in the lead by 0.00 of a second. They are tied at the line. They give the lead to the 97 of Kurt Busch. As you see them slowing down, catching up to the pace car. We have to find out why in the world did the caution come out. So it looks like there was some smoke here in turn 1 and 2 maybe. Something happened up ahead, but it's clearly not Ryan Newman. Maybe Ricky Rudd got involved in an incident. He's got some pretty significant damage back here. There was some kind of incident that we missed. Looks like it was a 25 of Joe Nemechek who was involved in the incident. Indeed, that was the case. The race-ending caution was brought by Terry Labonte, dumping his teammate Joe Nemechek into the outside wall, almost collecting Jimmy Johnson. But some Hendrick anti-says Terry Labonte just drove right into Joe Nemechek, not looking where he's going, and takes the 25 out. And that, of course, ends the race under caution conditions. And of course, as we know, the Kurt Busch, Michael Waltrip, we're gonna fast forward here to see this finish. So now this is how much the win is decided by. Kurt and Mikey were side by side at the line by that much. I mean, how can you tell? That is absurdity. And they score, Kurt in the lead. And so here as they come to take the checkered flag, Kurt Busch will win at California. Back-to-back wins at the racetrack. He'll get in the playoffs. Michael Waltrip, runner-up. Sterling Marlin, Jerry Nadeau, Jamie McMurray, the top 5. Then Labonte, Gordon, Craven, Skinner, and Schrader, the top 10. Let's get a quick look again at that finish. We're going to go frame by frame here to see this. Who is closer at the finish line here. Who got it done? So we're going to, of course, fast forward a little bit here. Get to where they were crossing the start-finish line. Mikey had the move. He had the momentum. Now we're going to go frame by frame to see who got the advantage at the line here. As you can see, they're just dead even. I mean, barely. As we get to the line by that much, you can barely tell who's in the lead. But Michael Waltrip's bumper is a little bit further behind Kurt Busch's bumper. I think that's the only metric you can use to determine this margin of victory. That was so close. Kurt narrowly edges Michael Waltrip at the line for the win. For him to cross the line under caution, get certified. But this was the winner was decided right there. I mean, look, I can barely even stop it down, but that is how close it is. It is so close. Kurt just by like a whisker edges out Michael Waltrip. I mean, this angle clearly shows a 97 is ahead by like a little bit of a nose, but that was so close for the finish. Look at that. By just, I mean, a few inches. Kurt Busch is going to edge, I mean, not even a few inches, like a 16th of an inch. Kurt Busch is going to edge out Michael Waltrip for the win here in California. And he will return to the playoffs to make a quest to go to the championship for once again as Kurt Busch wins in California for the 2nd time in a row and will be his 2nd career victory. As I head back to see the updated playoff grid momentarily. There's the playoff grid. Kurt Busch slots in 3rd on the playoff grid, locking himself into the playoffs with a win, which makes it now 9 winners through 10 races. These playoff spots are really starting to fill up, people. Craven remains the regular season points leader comfortably above the cut line. Dale Jr., Rusty Wallace, Elliott Sadler, and Ken Schrader all comfortable. 10th to 14th, pretty good gap to the cut line. Ricky Rudd, only 12 to the good. And Jimmy Johnson now on the bubble, only 10 points above Tony Stewart. And then Stewart's out by 10 points. Kenseth out by 13. Nemechek out by 13. Benson and Spencer still out by 22 and 30. So until the next episode, I hope you all have a good one.